My name is Mackenzie Rowley, and this presentation is about the Sixth Amendment.
The Sixth Amendment states, "In all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, and to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation, to be confronted with the witnesses against him, to have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor, and to have the assistance of counsel for his defense." This amendment further protects the accused by prohibiting the government from holding a person in jail while purposefully delaying a trial. The Founding Fathers also included the right to a public trial because under British rule, there were secret trials where unfair rulings were common. This new amendment made sure that government officials were being held accountable by the law and by the public. This amendment also guarantees a trial by an impartial jury, which means that an offense warranting more than 6 months in prison requires an unbiased jury. This amendment also demands that the accused be told what they're accused of. This sounds obvious to us now, but back then, under British rule, it was not uncommon for someone to not know what crime they were being charged for. This can still be seen today in some countries. Lastly, it states that the accused must have the assistance of counsel for their defense. This just means that if a person can't afford their own lawyer, the government will provide them with a public defender.
The Sixth Amendment gives rights to individuals accused of crimes in the United States. This includes the right to a speedy trial, the right to a public trial, the right to an impartial jury, to the right to be informed of charges, the right to confront witnesses, the right to compulsory process, and the right to counsel. These rights uphold the principles of fairness, due process, and the presumption of innocence. The Sixth Amendment was ratified in 1791. Its historical roots can be traced back to English common law, where trial by jury, assistance of counsel, and the right to a speedy trial existed. These principles followed early colonial setters, including the right to trial by jury and other protections for defendants in criminal proceedings. Colonial laws often safeguarded these rights. The struggle for individual rights and liberties against the abuse of power by the British Crown shaped American attitudes towards legal protections. The United States Constitution was influenced by the desire to establish a government that would protect individual liberties and prevent tyranny. The Bill of Rights, which included the Sixth Amendment, was added to the Constitution to address concerns about the protections of defendants' rights in criminal proceedings. Defendants have the right to a speedy trial to ensure that individuals accused of crimes are not subjected to undue delays in the legal process. This allows defendants to promptly present their defense and have their case judged in a timely manner. Also, this right helps to preserve evidence and witness testimonies as they can be lost with time. Defendants have the right to a trial that is open to the public, except in certain circumstances where the court determines that the publicity would compromise fairness. This allows members of the public, such as journalists and observers, to witness the trial and hold the judicial process accountable for fairness. The right to an impartial jury ensures that individuals accused of crimes are judged by an unbiased group of peers from the community. An impartial jury is free from bias, prejudice, and preconceived opinions about the case. This ensures that the case is evaluated based on facts and the law rather than from personal opinions or external influences. The right to be informed ensures that individuals accused of crimes are provided with clear and specific information about the nature and cause of the accusation against them. This prevents authorities from bringing vague or unexpected charges against an individual and allows them to prepare an effective defense. Defendants must be informed of their rights, including the right to remain silent, the right to legal counsel, and the right to confront witnesses against them. Additionally, this right extends to the right to notice of key procedural events and developments. Defendants are entitled to timely notification of court hearings, motions filed, and any other significant actions related to their case. This enables the accused to actively participate in their defense by consulting their legal counsel and making informed decisions about their case. The right to confront witnesses ensures that the accused have the opportunity to confront and cross-examine witnesses testifying against them in the court of law. Cross-examination allows the defense to question the credibility of the witness testimony and draw out any additional information that is relevant to the case. The right to compulsory process enables the accused to subpoena witnesses to testify on their behalf in trial and the production of evidence favorable in their defense, such as documents and records. This allows defendants to present their version of events, challenge the credibility of prosecution's witnesses, and provide evidence that corroborates with their defense. This right promotes the search for truth and the fair administration of justice. The right to counsel grants the accused the right to legal representation throughout the criminal justice process. This gives defendants access to legal assistance to aid in protecting their constitutional rights and present their defenses in the legal system. Several court cases have shaped the interpretation of the Sixth Amendment's applications. In Gideon v. Wainwright, the Supreme Court held that the Sixth Amendment's right to counsel applies to state criminal proceedings. In Singer v. Hamlin, the court held that the Sixth Amendment right to counsel extends to misdemeanor cases where the defendant faces the possibility of imprisonment. In Strickland v. Washington, standards for evaluating claims of ineffective assistance of counsel were established. The Strickland test is now widely used in assessing the performance of defense attorneys. While the Sixth Amendment is aimed at protecting the rights of individuals accused of crimes, there are unintended consequences brought on by its application. The right to a speedy trial can strain resources and lead to a backlog of cases in the system. Procedural requirements from the Sixth Amendment can result in cases being dismissed due to procedural errors. This is a frustrating outcome that impedes the pursuit of justice. Unfortunately, there are economic disparities in the quality of legal counsel. Defendants who cannot afford a private attorney rely on public defenders who are often overburdened with cases. The Sixth Amendment continues to protect the rights of people accused of crimes, ensuring that they receive fair treatment. In modern legal context, the courts continue to interpret and apply the Sixth Amendment. Advocacy groups, legal scholars, and policymakers advocate for reforms aimed at strengthening the protections given by the Sixth Amendment and addressing issues within the criminal justice system. I am a forensic science major, which overlaps with criminal justice. Because of this, I understand the importance of the Sixth Amendment. It is important that individuals are presumed innocent until proven guilty and have the opportunity for a fair trial to present a defense against the charges they face. While individuals are entitled to certain protections, the government has interest in ensuring public safety and holding individuals accountable for illegal behavior. This amendment helps prevent abuse of authority and ensures the government cannot deprive individuals of their liberty. When defendants are offered their constitutional rights in trial, it enhances the credibility of the justice system, in turn fostering public trust. In conclusion, the Sixth Amendment was ratified in 1791 and gives rights to individuals accused of crimes in the United States. These rights uphold the principles of fairness, due process, and the presumption of innocence. It checks government power by imposing limits on how criminal prosecutions are conducted. At the same time, it strikes the balance between the rights of defendants and the interests of society in prosecuting and punishing criminal behavior. These are my references.